Now this bit isn't in my speech, but can I just say, sitting there as a little sister, watching my big sister share her story was a proud moment, and I don't think anything will ever take that moment away. So now, moving on to my speech. I'd like to start my speech by thanking you all in advance for listening. You see, I don't tell my story very often, so anyone that listens deserves a thank you. In the short space of time that we are here tonight, there will be a child out there crying because they have come home to a drunken parent. I say this confidently because once upon a time, I was that child. On a typical day after school, I'd come home to a drunken mum who had no intention of cooking for me, no intention of giving me a warm hug, or even asking how my day was. Something that when I went around to a friend's house, I was always really jealous of. It'd be no surprise if mum was drunk for many weeks, and then when she was sober, pretend that she was the perfect mother. I say this like it was a bad thing, and it was, as I had adapted to the life with me being the adult and mum being the child. But secretly, I loved it, as for a short space of time, I had a caring mother. Life was lonely as a child, as it was expected not to tell anyone about our little secret, and to pretend that everything was okay. We continuously had to put on a brave face, and the honest truth is that, just like many children still are tonight, I'd cry myself to sleep. To escape from this harsh reality, I would dream that one day, I would be away from cleaning up after my mum soiling herself, and most importantly, be in control of how I was feeling, and not be dictated by how many empty vodka bottles were hiding around the house. I didn't know this at the time, but the most stressful part of my day was walking home from school. I had this routine whereby I had to get my keys ready 10 minutes before I got to the front door, so that I could get inside as quickly as possible. As I've said, at the time I didn't think anything of it, but I now know that I was so anxious at the state I'd find mum, because I would be the one that'd find her. This was partly because, for a while, it was just me and mum, and if anything did happen, I'd be the first to see it, and I'd be the first to sort it out. Putting the key in that lock took a lot of courage, as I just didn't want to face the reality on the other side. The next daunting part would be calling out for mum. Sometimes she'd give out a drunken moan, but then other times I'd get that horrible feeling when she just wouldn't answer. In that short space of time between calling her name and looking for her, so many thoughts would go through my mind, and many that I don't even want to repeat. It would usually end up that I'd find her slouched on the sofa, either out of her senses or crying to herself, saying, "Why me?" After this, my focus was homework, finding food for dinner, trying to fall asleep, and then going through this all again the next day. At the age of 16, I moved in with my beautiful big sister Sarah, where I had the normal life of a 16 to 18-year-old. I came in every day from sixth form to a cooked homemade meal, and most importantly, I went to sleep every night feeling loved. This further helped me to develop the foundation that I needed to leave the negative path behind me and to create a positive future. Due to the happy home life I had, I started to build trust in others and made friends with a group of girls who are still very close to me. Most importantly about having a big sister was that I knew she was there for me and understood how I felt. Sarah has always been and will always be a key part in helping me achieve well in life, and I'm so grateful to have such a positive role model. Leo Buscaglia once said, "Don't hold on to anger, hurt or pain. These emotions only steal your energy and keep you from love." This is something I truly believe in. Whether alcoholism is an illness or not is often debated, and from my experience, I truly believe that it is an illness. I believe this because when my mum is sober, she's the loveliest, most caring woman that you will ever meet. And I find it hard to believe that our loving nature has the ability to cause the pain that she's caused. She needs a catalyst, and this catalyst is alcohol. Yes, My mum has made many, many mistakes. And despite all this, I just can't help but to let all the anger I have towards her dissolve. Fundamentally, my mum loves me and I love her. And no matter what she does, I'll always remember that alcoholism is a horrible illness that she can't help. The same goes for my wonderful father, as he has always done the best that he could, and not even Superman could stop my mum from drinking. He has always been there for me and supported me continuously, and because of this, he will always be a strong role model to me, and most importantly, always be my best friend.